okay, so moving on. So what I'm going to do is put in a search and then see if it searched for the item. Okay, so looking at our PRM, it says search for the books written by a given author and output the title of any books found or a suitable message if no books by the given author are found. Okay, so we've got to have a message saying yes, the books are found and what titles are found, and then we've got to basically put out a message if those titles are not found. Right, so firstly, looking at our library database from earlier, you can see that I've only got 2 titles. Well, I think we need a few more than that, don't we? So let's open up the library database. And going to run it, and I'm going to enter some titles firstly. So I'm going to put it, Stephen King, horror, yes, and I'm going to put another Stephen King actually, Stephen King. I'm trying to think of another title actually by Stephen King. Pet Cemetery. I don't know. Hang on. Cemetery, isn't it? So I need to spell that with an S. Pet Cemetery. Whoops. Pet Cemetery, and again that's horror. So I've got 2 Stephen Kings, and I'm going to enter some more, and titles of the book. So another one. So we've got Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. We've got Harry Potter. So can't know, mine's gone blank. We think of some good books. And how about this one? Atomic Habits. James Clear. And let's just say it's fiction. Okay, right, so we've got a few books now, that'll do. Right, okay, so I'm just gonna check my library. There we go. Okay, so they're all on different lines. They've all saved, and I've got 2 by the same author. Okay, so that should work for us. So we've got a library database open, and if you remember last time I pulled out my deaf search here. So right, what I'm going to do now is, well, firstly I'm going to need to open up the database. So books, I'm just going to call it, and I'm going to open it, and make sure that we've got the right file name here. So bsgc library.txt. Okay, and I don't want to append this, I don't want to write over it, so we want to read it, okay, because we're just searching for it. We're not going to change anything, okay. So now, and I want to obviously be able to input an author to find. Okay, so I'm just going to call this find, and it's going to be an input, and I'm going to please enter the name of the author you wish, or name of the author, yeah, you wish to find. Okay. Right, so now what I want to do is I want it to be able to search through my database. Okay, so I'm going to put in a for loop. Okay, so I'm going to put in for item in books. Okay, because it's books there, and because it needs to go through and find it, doesn't it? Okay, so now then there's going to be a condition to that. So if the item in books basically is there, okay, so if item in books, then I'm going to put print, and I'm going to just indicate that there's a result, and I want it to return whatever I've wrote in here, okay, but it needs to return the whole line. Oops. Then if there's anything else, I want it to print not found. Okay, so because obviously it's either going to find it or it's not going to find it. So let's test this out. Right, so obviously my search is on number 2, so now that should call that. There we go. Enter the name that author you wish to find. So I'm going to put in J.K. Rowling, and let's see if it returns it, and it says not found. Okay, right, so if we check here, okay, so maybe that has worked because I don't have Harry Potter in there. Alright, okay, so far so good. Let's try something else. Let's find one that is in there. So John Steinbeck. Oh, right, so each time it looks like to me it's just, yeah, because John Steinbeck's there. So it looks like to me each time it's just reverting to the else. So maybe let's change the else to an elif. Okay, we've got a problem. Let's try this again. Still says invalid syntax. Oh, okay. I know what I've done. I'm being silly. Elif, of course. Item. In books. Give this a go. Okay, so it's running now. So enter name and author you wish to find. So I'm going to put in John Steinbeck again. And nothing. Okay, so now it's not doing anything. Right. Oh, sorry, elif in item in book, sorry. So I need to put not in. Okay. Right, let's try this again. Hopefully some of you are shouting at the screen. I know what's wrong, miss. Okay, right, let's try this again. Let's go. Right, I'm just going to put in James Clear this time because we know he's there. And it still says not found, so there's a real problem here. Okay, there's a real issue. So, right, now, so what you need to do is that you can see that I've got problems here and basically nothing's coming up. What is wrong what's not working? What do we need to fix? Okay, so what I think you guys need to do is that this is your extension question. If you're on this, you need to research and find out what is wrong with Miss Price's search.